Welcome to Lawrence, Kansas, and pay heed all who enter, and beware, these Jayhawks can play a little football too. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game, as we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Kansas Jayhawks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Raging Cajuns will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Kansas Jayhawks offense will go to work first. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others, that they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Looking downfield, it's Marshall. Pressure coming. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
And the Jayhawks line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. So the Raging Cajuns offense will go to work for the first time. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
And the Raging Cajuns want to crank the tempo. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Reads it, fires complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He'll do it himself. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Looking downfield, it's Marshall. Using his feet to buy time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. The Jayhawks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. And the Jayhawks will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Louisiana has it back in the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
The Raging Cajuns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He'll keep it himself. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. To the air on 1st down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They've got him now. He almost picked up that 1st down on the screen. The Jayhawks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Caught behind the line. It's Barnes. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Back to throw, it's Marshall. Quickly complete.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. And the Jayhawks racing to the line in a hurry up.
Let's get that touch.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the right. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it. Trying to get it in. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. Trying to barge their way in. Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Jayhawks.
Mano a mano, the offensive line gets it done. Driving the defense back, creating an easy lane for that running back.
Set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone, it's Dennis. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've reached the break, and Kansas has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. First play of the period, 1st down here. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Jordan. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Snap it to the back. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4. And the Raging Cajuns really need to keep this drive alive on third down. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. To the ground with the back. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Raging Cajuns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's Booth. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Raging Cajuns will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Pocket breaking down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Marshall. Bears the pressure. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
Well, one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Jayhawks will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The give out of the gun. They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's got him this time.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. Trying to get a great matchup on the outside. Take advantage of it to make big plays.
Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Robertson. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. On the option. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. The inside handoff. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. They'll move the wide receiver. Now the play fake. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Fires to the tight end. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Makes the catch at the 45. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. To the air on 2nd down. Now he's going to break the pocket. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push linemen back in the pocket, collapse it, come away with the sack.
The Raging Cajuns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Makes the grab. It's Jordan. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. And now on, wait, it's not 4th down, it's 3rd down, and the field goal unit's out there. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Jayhawks will kick it off to start the 2nd half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Raging Cajuns with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Hand off from the shotgun. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Off the play fake. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
The defense continues to have a great game. Both defenses has played well. These offenses are going to have to change something up, protect their quarterbacks a little bit better.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. They'll stop him just short of the 1st down marker on the screen. The Raging Cajuns will try to pin them back with the punt.
Brings up 4th down.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Snags a quick pass on the left. Breaks into the open. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football. And this is...
Oh, they're not get free. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Got it behind the line, it's Smith. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. They've got it, 1st and 10 at the 42. Completes it in the middle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down coming up. He'll pull it on the read. Gets it past the marker. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. And the Raging Cajuns look to keep this drive humming. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pulls it in, it's Smith. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He'll do it himself. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. The Raging Cajuns are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Snagged in the middle, it's Smith. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. Here's the handoff. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. It's complete on the right side. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Yeah, and he did a really good job selling this, dropping back to pass, waiting a little bit of time, and giving his running back a chance to run down the field. He runs the real route. He's open, throws a strike, gets in for the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. UCF is in front. They've played awfully well today, and while there's no Dante Culpepper out there, this group is hanging tough. They're up by 4 over Alabama. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Back to throw, it's Marshall. Wide open downfield. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Jayhawks will punt it away on 4th down. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They're working that left side. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on 2nd down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Raging Cajuns will punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Kansas offense returns to the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Going to swing it on 2nd down. They're setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch. Their physical pass defense, it brings up a 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Jayhawks send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. They'll move the tight end. Leaves it with the back. Turns it on in midfield. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. They'll give it to him again. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Raging Cajuns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. He'll keep it himself. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Raging Cajuns come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Can't get him to the ground. There he goes.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He'll keep it on the sneak.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
They'll run the option. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Cajuns! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Number 5.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To the air, it's Marshall, using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going up top here late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Under fire. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Louisiana. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. They tack on a little extra here in the 4th and just about set to break this long losing streak.
And that's going to make the defensive coordinator happy because he's just hoping his defense can get off the field there on 4th down. Just get a stop, get a tackle, bat the ball away. We're going to pick it off, and we're going to take it to the house. Great play.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th.
Louisiana 24, Kansas 7.
Coming out with it, it's Stewart. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Dropping back, it's Marshall. Here's the Heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Jayhawks need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Under heat, and he gets rid of it.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7.
Second down.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Past the sticks, and he may get more. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.